Okay, so in order for us to know what's going to happen if acetylcholine is not released, we need to know the function of acetylcholine. So the function of it, if we go back to where we get an action potential and all that. So what happens here is technically acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter that is released. It gets released. Why does it get released? So that it can bind to specific receptors. Those receptors are ligand-gated channels. They're responsible for opening the sodium channels. They're responsible for opening them. So without this neurotransmitter, we wouldn't be able to connect with the receptors, and the receptors would not be able to open the ligand-gated channel, and this way we're not going to be able to have an action potential, because an action potential happens when the voltage changes. And how does the voltage change? By opening these channels. Again, to sum it up, if we do not have the neurotransmitter that binds to the receptors on the channels, these channels are ligand-gated channels. What does ligand-gated channels mean? That means it does not open until the receptor binds to something, binds to the neurotransmitter that's responsible for it. So once the acetylcholine binds to it, it opens. If it doesn't bind to it, it's not going to open. If it doesn't open, it's not going to cause any voltage change, and that's going to prevent the action potential. And if we prevent the action potential, we're going to prevent all of this from happening. All of this explained in the previous question. Thank you. I hope that made sense.